Sorry, I'm still filming on my phone because I don't want to go through editing stuff on my camera right now. So I'm just gonna film this on my phone. So, hi. Today was my first day of training for LUSH, and it was kind of a mixed bag, to be honest. I really enjoyed the people, like getting to know them, because almost everybody was just really amazing. And, you know, I enjoyed the work, but I found myself in kind of a conflicting place. I don't know, it was kind of awkward, and it struck me after we did, like, introductions and we went on a little break. One of the girls came up to me and she said, I know this is really annoying, and, like, I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but, like, why are you in a wheelchair? And for some reason, that just bugged the crap out of me. Like, this woman didn't even know my name. She didn't know my last name. She didn't know anything about me. But because she could see I was in a wheelchair, it was like I owed her an explanation for, like, my existence. And it just made me very frustrated. Because, I mean, that would be kind of like me saying, oh, I see you have breasts. Why don't you describe your last mammogram? You have a uterus? So when did you get your first period? Like, that's not something you ask a complete stranger. Like, just because you can see it doesn't mean it's your information to know. And that really highlights just how other people see me when I'm physically disabled, you know? They don't see me as a person first. They see me as a wheelchair with a person in it. They see me as this sick person, and they don't take the time to get to know who I am aside from that. And I'm just I'm quite upset about it right now. I mean, I'm not, like, that upset, but I'm in kind of a frustrated place. Because most people were sweet, but it's just like, there's so much added pressure on me because I use my wheelchair part-time. Like, I have this added pressure to fit what society expects of a disabled person. And as someone whose condition fluctuates, you know, day to day, week to week, hour to hour, really my needs and my abilities fluctuate. And so it's not going to be the same consistent, like if I were, say, an amputee who was using a wheelchair, or someone who was paralyzed. You know, their struggles are going to be consistent, whereas mine are going to fluctuate, and my needs are going to fluctuate with how I'm feeling. But because of what society sees me to be, I can't always do what's right for me, what's best for my needs, because it just makes things uncomfortable. I think my just pure existence as a disabled person makes these other people uncomfortable because it's something they don't understand. And it's just very frustrating. Like, when it would be easier for me at the time to get up out of my wheelchair and walk to the bathroom and come back, people, if they see that, they think, oh, well, you're not really disabled. Like, if you really needed that wheelchair, you wouldn't be able to do that. But it's like, my needs change, you know? One day I might not be able to get out of bed, and the next day I might be able to walk like 20 minutes. You know, it just depends, and it depends on the situation as well. If I'm going into somewhere, and I know we're going to be standing for like 3 or 4 hours, I have to have my wheelchair, or I'm going to end up on the floor no matter what. So it's just like, it's very frustrating that I have this added pressure to act a certain way because other people expect that of me, than to actually listen to my body and what's going to be right for me, you know? I'm just a little frustrated. Almost everyone I met was just wonderful. It's just, sometimes I forget how people see me, you know? they always see the disability. They always see that I use a wheelchair, and they don't, I don't know, they don't like get to know me as a person. Like, they see that as my sole defining characteristic. And I mean, yeah, it is a part of who I am. That's for certain. And accepting that is very important for me because it helps me understand my own physical limitations and setting goals that are reasonable, and finding a way to accomplish my goals in perhaps a different way by understanding my own limits. But it's still just like, that's not the biggest thing that I am, you know? And I think I had higher hopes because it was Lush, and because of how I perceived their company as to be very open and understanding, and most of the people were. But sometimes it just really hits home that I'm different and I stand out, when some days I just kind of want to blend in and be normal. But it's difficult because I don't know. It was kind of a sad video listening to me talk. But, that's where I am. Sorry, this isn't more fun. I mean, training's actually going great. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot about products, and I really enjoy some of these presentations on, like, how to style, like, your marketing techniques towards different personalities. I'm really enjoying that. And I feel like that's been super helpful. I love, like, this kind of thing. Oh, it's great. And of course, learning the product demos and everything is really fun. And so, I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm making friends, but it just kind of hit me tonight, like, when I was getting ready for bed. Clearly, I'm in my pajamas, and I haven't taken my makeup off yet. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. Okay.